Today, we are checking into Port Orleans Riverside. I'm gonna show you the brand new refurbished rooms, all of the amenities, some of my favorite dining offerings, and more at the best moderate resort at Disney World. Port Orleans is one of my favorite resorts here at Disney World. There are two sides to the resort, French Quarter and Riverside. Last year, I was able to do a Halloween staycation over at French Quarter because they had just updated their rooms, and this year, I decided to book a stay here at Riverside because they actually just updated their rooms. Luckily, when I checked in, the cast member actually let me know I was gonna be in one of those newly renovated rooms, which I am gonna show you soon. But before we do, I wanna grab some lunch because our room isn't quite ready yet. For lunch, the only restaurant that's going to be open here at Riverside is going to be the Riverside Mill Food Court, the quick service restaurant here. To find the Riverside Mill, you head into the lobby and you'll walk down a long hallway past the River Roost Bar and Boatwrights restaurant. We might be hitting up both of those places later on, so stay tuned. But for now, I want to show you guys what they have in the food court. So right when we walk in, we'll be at the bakery with all of the different desserts, and they definitely have a ton. I guess we're starting off with dessert here. They have a bunch that look really good. No beignets over on this side of the resort. The beignets over at French Quarter, which again, we'll be getting to later on in the video, but a lot of stuff that looks really good. And they do have some fall themed desserts too, but I don't know, we might get something, but we're more here for the food. Ooh, I think they have a apple pie milkshake I see over there. But over here, what do they have? Let me show you guys. I think these are some sandwiches. Oh yeah, I see a steakhouse burger, a bacon burger, an Impossible burger, a caprese chicken sandwich. I think that's gonna change, and they have a couple other things here as well. There we go. They have a beef po' boy, chicken strips, a barbecue pork sandwich, and a Bayou hot dog. That might be new. I don't know if I've ever seen that. We might have to try that out. Right next to the sandwiches, there's gonna be our different pastas, and I guess you could say the Italian section, and this is gonna be pretty much standard amongst every single value or moderate resort. This is where you're gonna find your pizza, your whole pizzas, your slices of pizza, your pasta, your chicken parm, all that kind of stuff is gonna be right over here. I don't think they have anything special that they don't have at the other resorts. I am wrong. I got a little closer, guys, and they do have shrimp and grits. So they do have one thing that is different than the other resorts here at this station, and I had the shrimp and grits, I think, when I stayed over at French Quarter, and guys, it is so good. It's different than most other shrimp and grits because it's in like a Chardonnay cream sauce. So it has a great wine, creamy flavor. It's not your typical shrimp and grits, and guys, I highly recommend. They make it actually like fresh right over here. It's not just sitting around. They're actually gonna whip it up fresh for you, and if you're coming here, definitely try it out. It's really good. But next to all of the Italian food is where we're gonna find some of my favorite foods here at Port Orleans. They of course have the standard create your own entree that again, they have at pretty much every value and moderate resort. They have some chicken, salmon, and they have smothered beef and gravy where you could kind of choose two sides. And then they also have over here, let me get a little bit closer so I could show you guys. They have a Mediterranean meatball bowl, which is a plant-based option. And then they have jambalaya and gumbo. Those are two of my favorite quick service meals that you could get anywhere at Disney World. I think they are both so good. Again, I'm not saying they are authentic to traditional New Orleans cuisine, but I am just telling you, they taste great, in my opinion. All right, I have picked up my food here, guys, and I decided to go with two things, ultimately. I decided to get the gumbo because it is hard to pass up some good Port Orleans gumbo. Whenever I'm here, I have to get it. It is a tried and true and old favorite. Probably my favorite quick service meal on all of property right here, the gumbo from Port Orleans. They have it at French Quarter and here at Riverside you could get it. And then, let's try something new. This andouille sausage hot dog. With the andouille and the sausage and the peppers, it looks so good. I've never seen it before. So I figured I had to try it out. Whatever I don't try, I'm just gonna bring back to the room, get a lid, and bring it home since I'm only staying here one day. But this food looks amazing, and I can't wait to dig in. Before I dig into the gumbo, I do want to try out this Bayou hot dog. It's an andouille sausage with peppers, onions, and remoulade sauce, served with fries for $11.99. And guys, this is not only looking amazing, it is smelling seriously amazing too. I had asked the cast member up there, I was like, is the Bayou dog good? And she said she'd never tried it. So I don't know if this is like totally new. Like I said, I come here often and I have never seen this. It looks like it's on like a split top bun. As you can see, there's a ton of peppers and onions on here. And when I saw her pull the andouille out of the little container that it was in, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. I could tell instantly. There's some great char marks on the sausage, and man, this just looks incredible. I can't wait to try it out. Oh yeah, this is amazing. It's pretty much like a Cajun version of an Italian sausage and pepper sandwich. And an Italian sausage and pepper sandwich is honestly one of my favorite foods. Growing up in New Jersey and just going to the boardwalk and getting an Italian sausage and pepper sub, there's nothing quite like it. But this is different because that andouille is spicy. It has a great kick, which I love. The bun is so good. The bun is like toasted. It has a great the bun is toasted to perfection, and then the char on the dog is great. The peppers and onions taste great. All together, I just love it. This is so good. I can't believe that I had no idea this existed. I'm telling you, this must have just showed up on the menu very recently, because I feel like I would have seen it if not. The sausage also has a great snappiness to it. I don't know, it feels very high quality. I'm assuming it's the same sausage that's going to be in our gumbo. I should have grabbed some mustard because I feel like this would be very good with mustard. I sometimes like to put some mustard on some spicy brown mustard on my Italian sausage and pepper sandwiches, so I feel like that would be good on this as well. And it'd be good too if we loaded up some fries in our sandwich here. Man, I am so impressed by this, and I would definitely be getting this again here next time I come to Port Orleans. Now I'm gonna have trouble. I always have trouble because I love the jambalaya and I love the gumbo, so I can never really decide which one to get. I usually end up going with the gumbo because I think it has an edge. I think I like it just a little bit more, but now I have 3 dishes that I really like. How am I going to decide? But we'll move on to the tried and true, the gumbo, which is a rich stew with chicken, sausage, okra, and spices, served with rice for $10.99. And I know, just judging by the looks of this, I mean, it doesn't look great, but man, let me tell you, the taste is always superb. And it's no different this time around. It's such a warm, hearty, comforting meal. And it's actually a really nice day today. It's nice and cool, so this is hitting different. It's perfect for a nice fall day, which it actually is today. This gumbo is seasoned so well. Like the sausage sandwich we just had, this gumbo has such a great kick to it. I always find there to be huge chunks of chicken in here, and the chicken itself is super tender. It kind of just breaks right apart. And I know people from New Orleans are very protective of their food, I guess you can say. I've never been to New Orleans, so I can't judge it based off an authentic standpoint. Again, all I'm saying is, to me, this gumbo tastes delicious. So I encourage you to come try it out. I think it's really good. I think a lot of the food that they're cooking up here at Port Orleans is really tasty, really good. And I love how in this food court here, they're not just sticking to the basics. Like, yeah, of course they have pizza, they have chicken, they have burgers, but they also have some dishes that are kind of out of the box and that stick to the New Orleans theme of the resort. So I love the food here at the resort. I think the food court is one of the best, and I love this gumbo. Well, we are finished up with lunch, and I was hoping at this point my room would be ready, but I haven't gotten a text that it's ready yet. So I was thinking I'd show you guys a little bit of the pool area and maybe get a drink at the pool bar here while we wait. Well, it is definitely not ideal pool weather. It just started drizzling, guys. I'm just walking by and it looks like they have the children's activities out there. They have a really cool slide. I remember going down that as a kid, but we're walking right on by to Muddy Rivers. All right, this is a cozy little spot kind of overlooking the pool. There's a couple of bar stools as well as some tables here, and I want to take a look over the menu. It looks like they've actually got a couple of different specialty drinks. Their featured cocktails are a hurricane and a frozen Irish coffee. I think I had that at the pool bar at the French Quarter last year, and it was really good. Their specialty cocktails are a sunshine margarita, a banana cabana, some frosé, a pina colada, pineapple mule, a mai tai, a pina colada, a strawberry margarita. Those are pretty much your standard Disney pool bar cocktails. And then on the back, okay, there we got some beer, some wine, some non-alcoholic drinks as well. And then they actually have some pool bar bites. They have a roasted turkey and pimento cheese wrap, a Cajun chicken salad, a Mediterranean curry chickpea salad. They have some charcuterie, some hot Cajun boiled peanuts. They have a Mickey pretzel and some chips. So I think those are all pretty much like some wraps and salads that they're just bringing in from the quick service and storing here. But I like that they have some food options here that you could grab by the pool. I ultimately decided to order one of their featured cocktails, the Hurricane. I figured since we're in New Orleans here, I had to get a Hurricane. But if you'll notice, on the menu it said it was served in a souvenir glass. Mine here isn't served in a souvenir glass. I have a little trick for you guys. If you didn't know, at Disney, a lot of the times they'll serve their cocktails, whether alcoholic or non-alcoholic, with a glow cube or in a souvenir glass. And they'll jack up that price a ton. But almost like 90% of the time, you can get it served not in the souvenir glass or without the glow cube. And they'll take a ton of money off of the drink. And most of the time you don't need the souvenir cup or anything, or you don't want to carry it around. And at this point I have so many souvenir cups, I don't need these souvenir cups anymore. This Hurricane was $20.50 with the souvenir cup. It was $15.50 without it. So I saved $5 by getting it without the souvenir cup. And it's going to taste just as good, I'm sure. Cheers, guys, to our Port Orleans staycation. Ooh, she's strong, but really good. And I really like this bar. It's super cozy back here, very, very woodsy. I kind of feel like I'm in Fort Wilderness, honestly. But I think we're gonna chill here maybe until our room's ready. Hopefully that's soon. Well, that was wishful thinking. They really waited until the last second for my room to be ready. I got a text at 3:53 that my room was finally ready. If you're staying here at Port Orleans Riverside, there are pretty much two different sides to the resort. You could either be staying in Alligator Bayou or Magnolia Bend. Our room is actually going to be in Magnolia Bend in the Oak Manor section of the resort. Now, at this time, I don't believe all of the rooms here at Riverside are finished with the refurbishment, but when I did check in, I asked the cast member if it was possible to request one of the refurbished rooms, and he let me know that I was actually already assigned one of the refurbished rooms. So we're going to go head over to Building 90, room 9100, and check it out. All right, here we are. I've actually remembered my magic band this time, guys. If you saw my Island Tower video, I purchased this there and I usually forget it, so I'm very proud of myself. And here is the brand new Riverside room. Oh, it looks like my Mickey is missing an ear. I don't know what happened there, but let me show you around. It smells really good in here. Okay, so we walk in, we have the door right here. We've got a nice big window here with the AC unit below. I don't know what happened there. That might go to the trash. Okay, but next to the window, we have a table with some chairs, a little working desk. It's actually a pretty big space if you needed to get some work done. It's a nice cozy little area for you. And I really like this artwork here. We've got Tiana and Naveen. Oh, we've got Tiana and her family there. This is really, really nice, this new updated artwork in here. So we've got a little Tiana theme going on, but it's not like overly done in The Princess and the Frog. It's like very tasteful and very very light. I really, really like it. So we've got our two queen beds here. Again, very light in the Princess and the Frog kind of vibes. Behind the bed, we've got the bayou view and some animals. And then again, I really like the headboard that we've got going on and the little throw pillow there. Very, very nice. And then between our bed, we've got a little nightstand. Very, very small area between the bed, I must admit. And then we've got our bathroom here. I really like this sliding door here. I really like the design and the detail on that. And we've got our little, I think on the French Quarter design, they had something like this in the corner as well, which just adds a little pop of color that I enjoy. And there's some more Princess and the Frog kind of details in that. You can see Tiana's place and another photo of Tiana and her family there. But we've got like our ice bucket and our coffee machine, a safe, a little beverage cooler in there, and some drawers and stuff, TV, some more plugs if you need in there. And then I briefly mentioned the bathroom and the sink and stuff. But here we have the sink area. There's 2 sinks for you. Some more storage over here, a full-length mirror. Oh, some more storage. I almost missed that. Okay, and then we've got our shower and our toilet over here. It smells, oh, I really like the floor. It almost reminds me of like lily pads. That's really cool. I really like this tile here. Now, you guys know I always aim to be 100% transparent with you guys, so I want to let you know how much I paid to stay here. Port Orleans is a moderate resort, meaning it's kind of going to be in the middle of the price range here. We have value resorts, we have moderate resorts, and then we have deluxe resorts, and Port Orleans is going to fall into that moderate resort category. So my annual pass holder rate to stay here for one evening was $195. That is again with the annual pass holder discount. After tax, it cost me $220.11 to stay here. Now, without the annual pass holder discount, the standard rate for one night here, on the night that I'm staying, it was $301. So again, that's kind of going to be in the middle of the price range when it comes to the hotels here at Disney World. Just want to give you guys a heads up in case you're using this video to plan your Disney vacation. But from what I'm seeing, I really like this room. I don't quite remember what it used to look like before the renovations. We used to stay here a lot as a family because some of the rooms here can accommodate 5 guests, and we were always a family of 5. So we used to stay here often, but I don't really remember what the rooms used to look like back then. But from what I'm seeing now, I really like these updates. The room looks really bright, really fresh, really new. And again, I really like all of the subtle Princess and the Frog references. I think it's really, really nice in here. Well, we still have a little bit of time before dinner, so I want to kind of show you guys around the resort a little bit more and show you guys a couple of the things there are to do here at Port Orleans Riverside. One of them is actually happening right across the river here. Can you guys see the horse going by? So yeah, they do offer horse-drawn carriage rides here at the resort. You kind of catch them right outside the back of the main lobby. These will happen from 5:30 until 9:30. They're kind of pricey at about $65, and each carriage ride can accommodate up to 4 adults or 2 adults and 3 children. Another thing that'll definitely keep you occupied at this resort are the pools. There's one main pool here that we were kind of by earlier by that pool bar, and then there are 5 quiet pools. So that makes 6 pools in total. I don't know. Is that the most pools at a resort? 6 pools. 6 pools just at Riverside, by the way. That is so many pools. 5 quiet pools is crazy. I guess that just goes to show how huge this resort truly is. And then here just outside the lobby, there's also like a little recreational area where you can rent different things. And this could come in handy since this resort is so huge. You can rent a bike for $9 per 60 minutes or $18 per day. So you can kind of bike around the resort, which is nice. You could also rent a Surrey bike here. I've seen a couple people riding these around the resort. These are kind of the same ones that they have over at the boardwalk. Now you could also go fishing here at Port Orleans Riverside. They have cane pole fishing, which you could rent from right here. And they also have guided bass fishing tours right here. Another thing that I'm finding interesting that they have listed here at the marina is a fireworks cruise. Now I have never known them to do a fireworks cruise from here at Riverside, so I'm not really sure how accurate that is. You guys will have to let me know down below in the comments. Do they really do a fireworks cruise from here? There really is so much to do here, but another main upside to staying here at Riverside is that you can take a boat ride over to Disney Springs, and I think the boat actually just pulled up, so we might hop on. I figured it's such a nice night. The weather is beautiful. I don't think I've ever taken the boat from here at Port Orleans to Disney Springs, so I'm kind of curious how long the ride is and what it's like, so I wanted to bring you guys along. River cruise entrance. That's us. Hopefully we make it. Well, that was definitely a nice little boat ride. Even if you're not heading over to Disney Springs and you have a little time to kill, if it's a nice evening, you might want to consider taking a ride over to Springs and then hopping on and you could just come back. Now, I did want to let you guys know how long it takes to get over there in case you were planning on hopping on the boat to get over to Springs for dinner. So the boat first stops at French Quarter. It's about a 5-minute ride from Riverside to French Quarter. And then the total ride time from Riverside over to Disney Springs, it's a little over 20 minutes. And it stops at the Marketplace dock, which is kind of over by the Rainforest Cafe. So definitely make sure you plan a decent amount of time if you're going to catch the boat over to Springs for a dining reservation or such. And speaking of dining reservations, we have made it back to Riverside just on time for our dining reservation at Boatwrights tonight. Boatwrights is the table service restaurant here at Riverside. In fact, it is the only table service restaurant at all of Port Orleans Resort. They're of course going to be serving up New Orleans style food. I've dined here a couple of times, and since I'm staying here, I figured I gotta dine here again. Well, I think we've got one of the best tables in the house, right by the fireplace. I'm not sure if I've ever sat in this room before, but I certainly like it. And I was taking a look over the menu, and lucky for us, I see some new additions to the menu. So I think we're gonna be able to order some new things that I haven't tried before. Of course, on the top, we've got some featured cocktails. I see that Hurricane again, and they also have a bourbon peach tea, but for appetizers, they have the pimento cheese fritters, the French onion soup. I've had that before. It is very good. This jambalaya farro salad is new and sounds really good. That's a plant-based offering. This Louisiana barbecue shrimp, that's also new, at least new to me since the last time I've dined here. When it comes to entrees, of course, they've got the all-you-care-to-enjoy platter with the ribs, the chicken, the sausage, the brisket, the potatoes, the mac and cheese, the corn, the veggies. That's going to be $37 a person, and that's always a good deal if you're very hungry. They have a seafood boil. I'm noticing that is new, and I'm very tempted. I love a good seafood boil, so that sounds really good. I'm also seeing a Creole lentil and chorizo plant-based dish. They have Boatwrights jambalaya, but they have that great jambalaya over in the quick service restaurant for quite a bit cheaper. They also have a grilled salmon that you could get blackened. I got that last time, and I remember it being quite tasty. They have a crispy chicken entree, shrimp and grits, which again, I'm noticing it's looking the same as the shrimp and grits that they have over in the quick service restaurant, again for quite a bit more, so maybe just go get that in the quick service restaurant if that's what you're wanting. And then they have the roasted prime rib here as well, and then down here, of course, we have our enhancements. Now, since I have been here a bunch and I've covered it on the channel a couple of different times, I always try and order something a little bit different, and every time I come here, without fail, my server always recommends the prime rib. It is always on the top of the recommendation list, and I've never tried it, so I figured tonight is the night. I've got to try the #1 recommended dish here at Boatwrights. But before we get to any prime rib, I was just brought out our cornbread with our nice soft honey butter. Oh my gosh, I love coming to Boatwrights, and one of the reasons is because you're started off with this delicious cornbread loaf. Oh yeah, this cornbread is a little warm. Cut myself off a piece. Ooh, this butter is so soft. Reminds me a lot of the cornbread from the Hoop-Dee-Doo review. It's honestly probably the exact same, which is probably why I like it so much. Well, I wanted to try one of these new appetizers as well, so I ended up getting the Louisiana barbecue shrimp. These are sautéed shrimp in a tangy sauce on toasted bread for $16. I gotta say, I'm not entirely sure what I was expecting from this dish, but I'm not sure if it was this. It smells exactly like, it's gonna sound so crazy, it smells like Chex Mix. There has gotta be loads and loads of Worcestershire sauce in this sauce, which I don't mind. Worcestershire sauce is good, and I love Chex Mix. So, as weird as that sounds, it sounds kind of good to me. Isn't that crazy? This shrimp smells like Chex Mix, but we'll grab a shrimp here and try it out. From the scent of it, I was worried that even though I like Worcestershire, it was going to be a little bit too much. But it smells a lot stronger in that scent than it actually tastes. And it tastes really good. It's almost like a brown gravy-ish style roux, just with that added, sorry I keep saying it, Worcestershire. But it's really good. The only thing, the shrimp is like really overcooked, but I really like that sauce. I feel like barbecue shrimp is a little bit misleading because it's not really, at least maybe in New Orleans this is what barbecue shrimp is considered, but in my eyes this isn't necessarily what I think of when I think of barbecue shrimp. But it's really tasty. I feel like this is meant to be eaten on the little toast. They give you some toasted baguette, so I kind of want to try it with the toast. And this bottom toast has just been soaking in that sauce, in that gravy. So I want to kind of try it with this bottom toast. You see that? It's all loaded up with that sauce. Oh yeah, I want to get this green onion too. There's a ton of green onion. I love green onion. Let's try it on the toast. I'd say it might even be better on the toast. The toast soaks up all of that delicious sauce, and the sauce is the best part of the dish. I could just drink the sauce. So overall, I really like this dish. The shrimp could be cooked a bit better, and they could be a bit larger. They're a bit small, but the flavor is amazing. So I would definitely order this again. I really like this, and I like the French onion soup as well. So if I'm coming here and getting an appetizer, I would go with one of those. We are on to our entree, and oh my gosh, this is massive. I ordered the roasted prime rib, like I said. This is a slow roasted prime rib topped with Cajun butter, served with mashed potatoes and seasonal veggies for $39. And there was an option to order this blackened, and anytime there's an option to order something blackened, I am gonna take that opportunity. Guys, I truly do not know if you understand how huge this piece of prime rib is. Like, I have never gotten a piece of prime rib this big. And not only is this slice huge, there is like barely any fat on it either. I want to rub this Cajun butter around. This looks so good. There's so much of that blackened seasoning over top. Man, this looks insane. I think I know why all the servers recommend this prime rib to me now. I hope it tastes as good as it looks though, because it looks incredible. Let's dive in. The flavor is on point. It is seasoned to perfection, and I really love the extra flavor that blackened seasoning adds. I think the Cajun butter, again, is really good. It adds a great Cajun flair to this prime rib. I think it's a little bit undercooked. I ordered it medium rare, but it's like really, really, really rare, especially in the center. I'm having like a hard time cutting it because it's so borderline raw, so it's not very like tender. I don't mind a rare steak or anything, so like I'll be okay eating it, but it's really, really rare, I'll say. I feel like these green beans here are gonna be delicious as well because the Cajun butter has like soaked into them a little bit. Same with the potatoes. Look at all that seasoning that's kind of soaked into them. Yep, those are on point for sure. They're really creamy. But yeah, I'm kind of bummed just because this isn't cooked that great. But I could tell if it was cooked to my liking, it would be really, really good. So I would definitely order this again, but maybe like order it, instead of ordering it medium rare, which is how I always order a steak, maybe order it medium so it's a little bit cooked a little bit more. So well, usually I would have gotten dessert at the restaurant, but I don't know how I have not mentioned this yet in the video, but I have once again booked a staycation to get beignets, but not just any beignet. It is the Halloween season, so the cookies and cream Halloween beignets are back over at the French Quarter. Therefore, I couldn't get dessert over at Boatwrights. I have to take a walk over to French Quarter and we're getting some cookies and cream beignets. It's just a short walk away, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, probably closer to 10, but right outside the lobby, you pretty much just head to the right. You'll see signs, there's a walking path, and yeah, it's just a quick walk away for some beignets. My room is actually just right over there. This is such a beautiful walk. You could hear the water, the waves crashing. I could hear actually the horse footsteps. So we might actually be passing a horse on the way too. Sometimes you pass a horse on this walkway here, but yeah, it's such a nice walk. It's such a beautiful night, so it's the perfect time to walk over to the French Quarter. Now, Scat Cat's, where they serve the beignets at French Quarter, closes at, I believe, 11 o'clock, which is really nice. So if you're having a late park day or something, you're able to get those beignets pretty late into the evening. It would be nice though if they started selling the beignets over here at Riverside. I don't know why they don't. The beignets are so popular. There's always such a long line over at Scat Cat's to get beignets. So I feel like one of these days, who knows, maybe they'll also build a beignet stand at Riverside. It would make sense. I feel like it would bring more people over here because everyone always goes to French Quarter because that's where they have the beignets. And if you're staying here at Port Orleans, you always got to take a walk over there. So it would just be nice to have some beignets here as well. But I guess having them over there gives us an excuse to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Port Orleans. And look at that. We've got two horses crossing each other. We've got one on our side and one over there. We'll stop here and let it pass. Horse crossing. Hello. We have made it to the promised land. Let's see how bad this line is. Not bad. It's a weekday, so we should be good over here. This is what we're here for. Look, the cast member in there gave me some Mardi Gras beads. We have to put them on. And look, these ones are so cool. They have two different colors on each bead. This one is gold and purple, and this one is green and purple. Are they 3 colors? No, 2, but these beads are so cool. And we have got our beignets. I've already had these multiple times this season so far, and every time I feel like they just get better and better. They just don't disappoint. So here we have the ghoulish beignets. These are a Mickey-shaped beignet dusted with cookies and cream powdered sugar and a ghoulish marshmallow cream drizzle for $9.49. And it's funny, I have a album on my phone just dedicated to these beignets. Where is it? Yeah, it's called Cookies and Cream Beignets. It just has all my photos and videos of these beignets from the past. And I always like going back. I went back the other day and I looked because I just said the price, I was thinking about it. I looked at how much these beignets cost when they debuted 2 years ago on July 31st, 2023. They were $7.49. So these beignets have gone up in price by $2 since then. Kind of crazy to think about. It goes up in price by $1 per year, I believe. So we're at $9.49 now. I believe next year we'll probably be at $10.49 if the trend continues. But honestly, don't tell Disney I said this, but they could charge whatever they want, and I will still come back and purchase these year after year. They're just that good. Let's dig in. Ears first. So many people come up to me and talk about these beignets, especially during this time of year. I have never once heard anyone say they did not like these beignets or that they weren't worth the hype. If you don't like these beignets, you gotta comment and let me know, because I just don't know anyone that doesn't like these. But how could you not like these beignets? The cookies and cream powdered sugar is just, it's next level. It's absolutely delicious. And I love these Mickey beignets as they are. Just the plain Mickey beignets with the regular powdered sugar, they're my favorite Mickey shaped snack. I love them. Again, I'm not saying they're authentic to traditional beignets as they are in New Orleans. That doesn't mean they don't taste really good. I still think they taste delicious. But the cookies and cream flavor is seriously next level. The marshmallow drizzle, perfect. I did order extra marshmallow cream. They forgot to give it to me, and they were so busy in there when I was like picking up the order, so I didn't want to bother them and ask for it. Because I like to dip it in that extra marshmallow cream, but man, extra marshmallow or not, these hit every damn time. I say it every year. If you're going to be at Disney during the Halloween season, you need to come get these. They go away on October 31st, and I am so sad about it. And again, I say this every year too. I wish Disney would make these a permanent menu item. I am so sad that they do not stay on the menu. They need to make these permanent. But whether you're staying at Port Orleans or not, I know it's sometimes a pain to come over to some of these moderate resorts. It is worth coming out of your way to try these beignets. Hop on a bus to one of the parks and then hop on a bus to Port Orleans if you don't have a car here, or hop on a bus to Disney Springs and then hop on the boat to get over here if you're here for the Halloween season. It is worth the extra travel time. It is worth the extra time to come over here. It's worth the hassle to come try out these beignets. I literally book a staycation here every Halloween just to enjoy a cozy Halloween beignet evening, and it's worth it every year. Well, we have made it back to the room, and I think we're going to hang here for the rest of the evening. It actually works out that it is Disney night tonight on Dancing with the Stars. Pretty cool. We're going to be at Disney World watching Disney night on Dancing with the Stars. Has anyone else been watching this season? I've been loving it so far. So yeah, we're going to hang here for the rest of the night, and I think I'll catch up with you guys in the morning for breakfast. Maybe some Mickey waffles. We'll see. I'll see you guys then. Good morning from Port Orleans. We're getting ready to head on down to the Riverside Mill to grab some breakfast. It's a little bit after 10. They serve breakfast until 11. And I'm craving some Mickey waffles. Anytime I stay at a Disney resort, that stay has to conclude with some Mickey waffles. I feel like it's just tradition at this point. Back at the old Riverside Mill. And guys, the menu here is going to be the same that it is at every other value and moderate resort. All the same entrees. So you're gonna see your pancakes, your waffles, that bounty platter with the eggs, the bacon, the sausage, the Mickey waffle. Not really any switch ups. They have omelets, but pretty basic stuff here, unfortunately. Nothing really unique to the resort. And here is our food. I, of course, went with the kids' Mickey-shaped waffles, which is served with 2 sides and a drink for $7.49. Now, you guys know, whenever I order breakfast at one of these resort quick service restaurants, I always go for the kids' Mickey waffles because you get 1 less Mickey waffle. You get 2 Mickey waffles opposed to 3 when you get the adults meal. And then you get a piece of bacon, a piece of sausage, and a drink for like a couple dollars less. So it's always plenty plenty of food for me. However, I did notice on the app, if I went to mobile order, it was saying I had to pay an extra $1.99 if I wanted to add a soft drink, but I could get the water or a milk or chocolate milk included in this meal. But if I wanted to get a soft drink, I had to pay $1.99 extra, which was a little bit weird. But when I went to order it in person, the cast member said I could get a soft drink. So I'm not sure how that's going. So I was kind of clicking around on the app, and I noticed that was only the case during breakfast at only value and moderate resorts, that they make you pay if you want a soft drink with your breakfast. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. The cast member, when I asked if I could get a soft drink with it, she said yes. So maybe ask, maybe it's kind of different if you mobile order or ask in person. I'm not really too sure, but I was able to get a Diet Coke with my breakfast. But yeah, this is gonna be plenty of food for me, and I can't wait to have these Mickey waffles. Ears first. It always hits. Now, if you didn't want bacon or sausage, you are able to get some of these sides from the cold case. I believe they have like usually apple slices, grapes, like a Danimals smoothie, stuff like that. And it's really crazy because overnight, they increased the price of like all of the food here at Disney World. So I'm not sure if any of the food here at Riverside was affected, but like Mickey pretzels prices were increased. I think Mickey bars, annual passes, like everything increased in price. So I'm really not surprised to see that they're trying to charge more for soda here with your breakfast kids meal. But they pretty much increase the prices every year at Disney World. Every year stuff goes up, as we saw with the cookies and cream beignets over at French Quarter. But it's just crazy that it happened the night that we're staying here. Everything increased by a couple dollars. Our annual passes increased by almost by $100, which is crazy. But we're ending our stay here at Riverside on a high note. It is unfortunately time for me to check out and head home. I had such a great stay. If you guys are looking for a moderate resort here at Disney World, I highly recommend checking out Port Orleans. I love this resort, and this stay just solidifies it. And being in walking distance to those beignets doesn't hurt. But thank you guys so much for watching this Halloween staycation. I hope to continue this tradition for years to come. I want to shout out everyone over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you don't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.